Hey guys, Lego Leprechaun here. Another city update. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're here since the last time, also welcome. Well, to the changes anyway. So, let's get started. The last time we were here, we didn't have a railway running around the whole city. And that's the main biggie this time. And a lot of work down in Wayne Manor. If you followed me on Instagram, you would have seen just the changes going on there over the past kind of 6-7 weeks. In this case, from this side, we started here. The railway ended there as far as I can remember from the last update, and I was just humming and hawing whether I was going to bring it around and down and take the back of this off. But then the railway just matched nicely with the height of this asylum, so I said I'd keep it going, and then it just runs right up. I'm sure we'll talk our way through it when we get up there in a minute. So from here, on this side of things, what we would have done with Arkham would have been the back of this anyway. I said in the last update I'll kind of put in an old railway with some foliage just to give that element of something that was there. And I even kept the station there. I was wondering, was I going to just put the normal railing in here along it, or will I just keep it? And I said I'll keep it. It just gives that kind of an old touch to it that fits nicely with the style of Arkham itself anyway, you know. So yeah, as we come around the front here, the main changes to Arkham itself, trees, which I kind of put around the whole border, and they're high enough as well to give a bit of depth. And my main thing here, lads, was the water that I got around the building itself, and a little bit of the black fencing going down here just to cut it off. So it's getting more and more, I suppose, completed, but it isn't completed yet. You know, when I look down into the actual grounds, we're still missing a bit. Like, I've been humming and hawing about what I put there, and again here. Again, these guys don't really have the luxury of going out into a lawn because of the actual history, or shall I say the mythology around the asylum itself. But I just wanted to give that kind of element of a kind of a grounds of an asylum, so it's there anyway. So maybe a tall tree here, not sure. This area here, another tall tree, but dark green, gothic looking. Or, I'm definitely open to suggestions, guys. You always come up with some great stuff in the comments. We could talk about maybe, I don't know, maybe a small station as well that you could step down and off and into the asylum itself from the train. Or not, I don't know. I'm still humming and hawing. You know, with Lego, it's just, you come up with ideas, you know, 2 months down the line after you've done something. So when I look at this, yeah, it's coming around. It's definitely looking more complete. Small touches here and there. But it's just a slow process, you know. It doesn't exactly come all in one and you say, yeah, you're going to finish it out. Something else comes to mind. You could be lying in bed at night and this could come into your head and you think, oh, tomorrow I'll do this. So that's the way it works with me. I can sit down and plan, but I definitely find that spontaneity, I suppose, works a bit more with me. I can start building and then suddenly an idea comes as I go, or I could think of something while I'm not here, you know. So yeah, and a few more things to go in as well would be a few more breakouts, and I did mention that in the last update, excuse me. And I know that I just didn't get around to that yet because I've been working a lot more on Manor. So I'm kind of jumping between those two projects, Manor and the asylum. And unfortunately, the poor city isn't getting much attention. And another thing as well, guys, if you know this, like from being at Lego for a while, is that when you're doing it for a while, you get more skilled at it. You get more kind of observant of how, I suppose, all the different pieces begin to connect. When you're looking at other updates and you're looking at other massive YouTubers like yourselves out there that have some great buildings, great cities, you get ideas, you know. And when I started with this a few years ago, and even I think it was about maybe last year, I kind of got this area done. And now I look at it and I can see that, to me, as I look at it, I need some major changes. Because it was great with the flowers and the stars at the start, and now I look at it and I see that I want to maybe tile it all up and put a lovely big tree there, or trees with colours, and maybe a larger fountain. And that's just due to the fact that I've worked with a lot of the water over the year in the Japanese city, and a few more fountains here and there, and I thought, right, you know, you could definitely do more when you pass the middle of your city going from one end of the table to the next. But sure, look, we'll come to it. Anyway, getting back to it here, we brought the railway around, as you can see here. These downposts now, guys, are great, like for the height. They definitely help it, but I wouldn't call them the most stable. If you had a whole line of them running up your table, you'd see that the lateral movement of the track would be a bit shaky. It can give a bit. So as I would walk up and down here, sometimes my jacket might hit the side of it, and that's fine if you're knocking a few little pieces of grass off or whatever. But the rail I found was a bit shaky, so I did find that I ended up putting a few of these arches in here and the downposts, and you've on each side of the rail itself. I would like to actually run the whole lot of that with the arched look. For one, the arched look goes nicely with the railway, because you would normally see in old train stations and stuff like that, they've got a lot of red brick arching, which is lovely, you know. But it'll do for now until I get more. And again, in between, we've got a few downposts, and then we brought in the Spider-Man bridges. So I put two of them together, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. And I found that they were great, but I had no place to put them. I was just, they were scattered all over the table, and then they went inside to my building area, and I thought, just leave them there for now. So again, I was a bit in between in thinking of, was I going to put it there? Was I going to go up the table a bit more and put it in front of the buildings over there? But I found that the further I would end up the table with the actual bridge, is that it was too close to these buildings and it was taken from them. Whereas in front of the square here, you have your drop down and along, and you can see into the middle. And from where I'm standing here on the ground, as I look down at it, you'd say these are my eyes. It just doesn't get in the way of anything. As I even pull back, you can see it here, and you can see everything you want to see there across to there. You know, so it just works fine regarding stability for the railway. And as it goes up further here, you'll see I have a few more posts and a few more arches there, and we'll get up there now in a minute. So yeah, so that worked fine. Everything is the usual here, guys. Diner, Doc, Marty, Back to the Future, or Penguin, knocking on the bars of the asylum. Flash running up in between everybody here. And again, our taller buildings running up the back here. Some of the mocks and the others not. The Adam West Batman one I love. That old kind of town look, and it's lovely at the end of the street here, even with his back car out the front. I thought was a lovely touch with that set, and I just put two of them together. Done a nice back cave as well underneath the railway behind. Again, I should be showing you these in videos, but it's just I'd have to pull it out, including the railway, to look. I might be able to get down there with the camera, right, but we'll see. It is very dark. So again, these buildings, guys, the back line, like I mentioned in the last update, is that they're higher. So again, the ones in front, then you can see these from behind. Running on down, you know, I'm a big Batman fan anyway, from all of what I would have built. Well, a superhero fan. Love Marvel too, but just with Shine to DC a little more, just because of the Bat. I think he's brilliant. So there's my Justice League here, and that's on top of, we'd say, that's a semi-mock building. I got mainly the design from the Assembly Square, that corner piece here, which I thought was lovely. So I just changed the colouring around and the design a bit, but followed similar instructions because I thought it was lovely, especially looking out, in front of the square and the diner on the other side. And then I put a little cafe on the underneath of it as well. So these are areas you could have your coffee there, you could have a meal down here, kind of thing, across the square. So that's how that fits. Nothing really changed on the back. Palace Cinema is the same. A little bit more down here, right, because I did move the actual HQ. So we're coming up to this now. So the main thing here, we're just moving on down the street. Nothing's changed, only the railway. Plenty of foliage underneath the railway, guys, because it has that, you know, unused look, and that's running the whole way. But my main biggie here for this month's update was the whole lot of Wayne Manor. The rock work, the rail, right down as far as here to the tunnels, and then on top of that, the trees, and getting a kind of an overall design. Oh yeah, and the fencing as well going around. To me, that gives the whole border and a more finished look straight away on this. So starting with the corner here, again, rock work and a tunnel going in. Now, I love the rock work because you know yourself, in the back cave, it's just full of plenty of rock. So I just wanted to give that small, I suppose, like an Easter egg, even though Bruce Wayne isn't known as Batman by the public, so to say, but still, I wanted to put in a tunnel. I'll try and get this, hold on a second, the other way around. I wanted to put it in a tunnel to his main gates, and you can see it there. And to me, that's given the element of, I don't know, it's just like a hint that he's just got the cave and that's his entrance into his house, even though in the films or in the mythology or even in the comics and stuff like that, obviously the rock and kind of more dark look goes into his cave. But I just kind of put this up here. Well, one, it's stability for the railway anyway, and it gives a lovely look. But two, I just love the idea of, and I'll come around to this side of it so you can see it, the entrance into his manor through a bit of a cave. So that's it's just a thought of mine. I enjoy the whole idea of doing it, and I love working with the rock, guys. I just love it. I think it gives a real look to your Lego cities. When you see something elevated on rock, or, you know, I do see a few cities out there that they have the roads higher and the rock is coming down from to a lower road or whatever, you know, and I think that's just amazing to me. So I done it here as well. The railway ran across, and I put a dirt track, and I put these kind of small little rock, mini little mountains, rock hills or whatever, for climbing to go on. And then down here is a tunnel for the train, and we've got a little tunnel running just to keep the road going. So I'll get down there in a minute and I'll show you what's going on at the top of it. And again, this is the perfect idea for me for a border. If you notice in the last update, none of this was done. There wasn't even a railway or nothing. It was just empty table, and I was humming on. I had an idea what I wanted to do, but didn't get the picture quite yet. So I needed something to border the manor from the city, and, you know, Wayne Manor wouldn't be within the city limits, like it's out with a ton of forest between, but obviously I haven't got a big enough table, so I needed something to bridge, we'd say, where he would be separate from the city, but yet would be close enough from the back cave into the city. So this, to me, done it. Fencing it up, put the railway there, and just a small bit of activity to fill underneath the railway, like the rock climbing and stuff like that. Now, we all know Wayne Manor wouldn't have a dirt motorbike track next to his house, but I had to fill it up with something. So yeah, guys, so in here, then we done the gates, and we have our two pillars here. I was playing with them, and they're actual bats turned upside down, the wrong way, sorry, so to give that kind of a hint to it as well. I got two Aquaman tridents, faced them down, again, just playing with ideas, still not even complete, it's just, again, playing. Brought in our trees anyway all the way, because that just gives the line of the drive. Got these then, and used them, we'd say, kind of to border the fence from the outside to the inn, with a bit of colour. Down towards the graves, I wanted a big blossomy tree kind of coming out over it. Again, playing with the idea, and still not finished with the graves. To me, they're a bit small. I want something bigger. Yeah, so going on here, it runs down the fence anyway. The normal garden was here in the update the last time, and I put in a red tree. And those other, they're like evergreen trees, right, running up by the fence as well. So small breaks here and there, like the pathway, the flowers. You just don't want it exactly all the same and too neat either. You have to show breaks and changes, maybe, to me anyway, you know. So as I stand back here, guys, I think it just gives more of a kind of a finished touch. Let me know if you have any ideas, adding the ideas. I just have a little bit to do at the back area, and we'll take a trip around there now. Oh yeah, before we go around, I do have his cars there, so I'll have some kind of a garage or a storage area, because, you know, Bruce Wayne wouldn't be leaving his lovely cars out in the rain. So that's just the unfinished part there. And coming around here, just to the back of it, I'll probably put some kind of a well down here, maybe, just referring to the film. Now, guys, the actual little mountain that I had built here is like a rock climbing mountain. So as you can see, we've got the guys climbing here up the cliff, right to the top. We have a little eagle which came with that park pack, which is cool, and the tent. So I wanted to use on the top. So basically, after doing the climb, you pitch out and you relax and enjoy the night with your marshmallows on top of your little Primus or your fire, one or the other. So yeah, so that's that. And the back here, obviously, I just wanted all grey. I wanted to give some kind of element of foliage and green, kind of what's the word? Mossy rock is what I'm looking for. So yeah, so that's that, lads. So again, open to plenty of suggestions, comments, whatever you think. It's kind of an overall there of the city as I walk along here. And now we're leaning over towards the other table where there was nothing done. Absolutely. Full guilty. The work has been done on the right hand table and still is to a degree. But it's almost coming where there will be changes made here, guys. I'll flow through it fast because there's a lot more detail in the last update if you want to see. My sea is here. My boats are here. Or ships, shall I say, but again, they're just up there for storage space, but they're hiding the beach, so I'll have to take them down. They're too big, or leave one of them here, excuse me, and take two of them out. Over here to the fun fair, we have, again, when I mentioned the last time, I had done the roller coaster, and we just customized it to be the Joker coaster, and put the purple rail in to kind of emulate that, along with a bit of green, and done the same with the lower part here. The ha-ha sign's gone up, and the ha-ha at the bottom here. Harley here having a screaming match with the Joker himself, or saying whatever, as they're the most dysfunctional couple ever. So here then we've got the usual, we've got the carousel, and here, and the Ferris wheel, as you can see. Again, guys, I wouldn't mind getting lights into these and make something of them a bit more colour, and totally unsure as I look down here. No idea. Something colourful, something purple and green again. It's the Joker theme running through it. Or you could have the DC theme running through it. You could have sections of it. So Poison Ivy, you could have a burst of flowers against summer. Joker's purple and green. Riddler with some question mark signs around. Plenty to go on there. So I will do something. And then we have some kind of an entrance as well. Something dramatic. The Japanese side of things, guys. A bit more detail again. The last update, I'd say I went into a bit more. Roughly, we have the Market Street, cherry blossoms, shopping, the whole lot. I think the Ninjago buildings, fantastic for that. The docks is brilliant, and where I work the docks in then, because the back of the docks is fantastic for the fishing area before you put into the shops in the front area. And the entrance into the gardens themselves running right down. And here we have our docks. And again, lads, what I was saying about the last time about the transparent water. That canal look, to me, brilliant for, as opposed to what I would say the sea. The sea is blue, we know that, and it's grand when you're looking for a bit of space. You can fill it up with the blue boards. But definitely the canal look, the docks look, I think just to me does the job for water. And same here, running right out. So here we have it right down and around everything else. So yeah, so just brushing through this fast. We've got our fire temple of ultimate weapon here, and this is a mock of mine I done with the fountain, and I kind of made it kind of rich in gold and grey, or cherry blossom in red. Well, they don't come in red, but it's a flower tree anyway, as far as I know. Let me know if they do. I know they're mainly white and pink. Definitely the pink cherry blossom here. A lot of bamboo, as you know, Japan has it. We have, as we move on down then, the pinnacle is here, lads. It's just the, I think it's eight Aegis temples. And again, on top of rock, just to give that real, beautiful look that as you're walking through the gardens, this is what you're going to be seeing and going into and researching. So, yeah, moving on down. And then we've got our bridge coming across the water and down the steps with our kind of shrine gates on top. To the last bit of, and this is what I call the kind of the concrete, or shall I say the statue garden, and right down to our little couple taking a selfie, and to the last few temples and around to the monkey's head and it's spitting out water. So yeah, guys, so that's basically it. Plenty more to be done. This area really has to be done. I didn't get to it yet, but I will.